Hey ladies and gentlemen, I've been playing the Overwatch 2 beta recently, and I've been having some fun with it. I just kind of wanted to talk about it unscripted, give some thoughts about it, so let's just get into it. Before we get into the video, I'm just going to say this now, I'm not a competitive Overwatch player. I never have been. This is not to say I don't play Overwatch a lot. I got about level 150 on my Xbox, and I'm about level 50 on my PC now. I do like Overwatch, and I've always liked Overwatch. It's just the state that Overwatch 1 is in currently, I think, is a horrible state for the game. I feel like a lot of changes coming to Overwatch 2 is very healthy for the game. Okay, let's get the big question out of the way. Is Overwatch 2 a reskin of Overwatch 1? Kinda, but also not really. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that this is a completely new game. However, I think there are enough new things in this game to warrant it being called Overwatch 2. There are a bunch of idiots on Reddit and Twitter that are saying this is nothing but a reskin of Overwatch 1, and that's clearly just not the case at all. People who are saying that did not play the game. The game has a completely new futuristic look. It has better sound design. Lighting looks way better than the original. It's 5v5 rather than 6v6, which allows for better team composition. They've reworked and tuned a lot of the heroes in the game to make them actually useful, except some of them are still terrible. I know the overall representation of the game looks a lot like Overwatch 1, however, if you play the game for yourself, you'll start to understand the differences. The beta features 2 new characters, one of which being Junker Queen, which I found the most fun out of the 2. She's a tank who specializes in close quarters combat. She has a pump shotgun, which could do a lot of damage if you could hit your shots. She has this cool axe move, which causes enemies to bleed, which make them take damage over time. One thing that's badass is this knife throw, which you could throw at enemies, and then if you take it back, it actually pulls them toward you, which is great for modes such as payload and capture the objective. She also has this move, which is kind of like a team move. She screams and all the teammates next to her get increased speed and health. Her ultimate is kind of a letdown though. It's like this spinning spear move. Every enemy she hits gets their ability to be healed taken away. I don't find it particularly useful. I think if it did more damage and caused like knockback or something, then it would be more useful. However, I think in an everyday casual game, it's not going to be very useful. That's really all there is to the Junker Queen. I thought she was a lot of fun. I think she's going to be good in casual games once players learn more about her and how she plays. I don't think she's going to be seen a lot in competitive, however, because of a lot of her abilities really only help her and not her team, besides the shout, of course. But I don't know, I guess we'll have to see just how that works out. The next new hero in Overwatch 2's name is Sojourn. She's a DPS hero that's kind of like if Soldier 76 was actually fun to play as. She has an assault rifle that's also fused with a railgun. How it works is the more damage you do, the more the railgun charges. If you right-click once the railgun is charged all the way, you can do massive damage to an enemy. She does require you to have good aim, as if you miss that railgun shot, you're basically screwed. It's not to say the assault rifle part of the weapon is bad, that's just saying the railgun is extremely good. One of her main abilities is a slide, which you could jump out of to get massive height. The slide's movement is fast enough to be useful, and the jump is high enough to also be useful. Not really any problems with this, it's just good. Nothing really else to it. Her other main ability is this orb she could shoot out, which gradually does damage to enemies. I believe it also weakens them. I could be wrong about that. I'm too lazy to look back at the footage and find out. This is really good on payload, especially if you could stick it on the payload itself, basically forcing everyone to step away from it. Okay, apparently I forgot to grab footage of ultimate for Sojourn, so I'm just gonna put up random files for my computer instead. So basically her ultimate is kind of lame. It just charges the railgun faster and does a little bit more damage, and that's really it. It doesn't do that much. Granted, you can do crazy damage if you hit all your shots with the railgun, but it's still very underwhelming. A couple characters actually got reworked, which I'll talk about now. Doomfist got his uppercut ability taken away and got replaced with a power block. Basically, it absorbs damage in front of you, and if you absorb enough damage, you could actually get a more powerful fist charge. Moira got her damage orb taken away, and it was replaced with a damage nullifier orb. I think this is a good change, as in Overwatch 1, she was extremely powerful. I would say to the point of being overpowered. You could out-heal all the healers and out-damage a lot of the DPS. It was kind of nuts. I feel like this is a good way of letting her do less damage while still being useful. McCree got his flashbang replaced with a standard sticky frag grenade. This is due to Overwatch 2 trying to get rid of with as many stun abilities as they possibly could. I feel like this does make McCree less viable, as he can't do the classic stun and right click. That's not to say the grenade is bad, it does do massive damage. You could land to hit it on an enemy. Bastion got a pretty big rework. His primary weapon now has perfect accuracy, however it fires pretty slowly now compared to the more rapid fire style as it was in Overwatch 1. He can now fully move when he's in his turret mode. However, they made the turret mode on a time limit, so you cannot use it forever. I feel like this is an excellent change that makes Bastion a lot more compatible with different modes. He can now actually be useful on attack. Bastion can no longer heal himself, however he was given this cool little grenade. I feel like healing himself is a lot better and more useful, to be honest. I've never really really found a use for this grenade, so I don't know. His ultimate was replaced with an artillery strike, which just fucking kills everyone in the whole area. It's legitimately extremely useful and powerful. However, it's not too powerful to the point where it feels stupid like it was in Overwatch 1. Orisa also got a pretty big rework. Instead of her stupid little gravity pull thing, it's replaced with this spinning spear move. If you run into enemies, it does slight damage and knocks them backward. Good for getting people off the objective and doing a small amount of damage. She could also throw that same spear and do a lot of damage to an enemy if you can manage to hit them. Her ultimate was replaced with this whirlwind move, which I'm going to be honest, I used maybe once and I didn't get anything done with it, so I don't really know what it does. Yeah, don't really have anything to say about this. To finish up this video, I'm just going to name some overall improvements I think they made to the game. I just want to say the graphics and sound design have gotten a big upgrade here. The lighting looks absolutely beautiful and way better than Overwatch 1. I feel like making a lot of the nighttime maps daytime really just changed the entire mood of the map, and I think it makes it look a lot better. All the weapons sound really beefy and crunchy, if you know what I'm saying. They just sound nice. They sound a lot better than Overwatch 1. I feel like the UI here is also a lot nicer than Overwatch 1. They didn't change much, I just think the colors are nice and the smoother graphics make it a lot nicer to look at. A big one is they switched 6v6 for 5v5. They're still trying to go for role queue, which personally I think is a horrible system. I guess it makes public games more team focused. Basically how it works now is there's 1 healer, 1 tank, and then 3 DPS, which previously there would be 2 tank, 2 DPS, and 2 healer. I personally never ever play role queue. Even when I play competitive, I still don't choose role queue because I think it's a stupid system. I don't know, I feel like those who favor role queue over the standard just pick whatever character you want will take a liking to this. The new maps were a lot of fun to play as, especially that Paris map. I thought it was awesome. Lots of high ground places you could get to, and different characters could get to different places, and I just loved it. I thought it was great. The new mode, Push, is kind of lame, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be a lot more than what it really was. All it really was the payload mode, except both players could push the cart. I don't know, I was expecting a little bit more for the only new mode in Overwatch 2. Overall, I do think Overwatch 2 is an improvement from Overwatch 1. I feel like most of the stuff they nailed. A lot of people are giving this game a bunch of shit because they just saying it's a reskin of Overwatch 1. I said this at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to repeat it. These people obviously did not play the game, they're just going off the gameplay. It may still play a little similar, but that doesn't mean it's the same game. Okay, well I just wanted to give my quick thoughts about it, mainly the new characters. I hope you all enjoyed. Maybe I'll start doing more of these unscripted, you know, unstructured type of videos. Tell me what you thought of the Overwatch 2 beta. Let me know what you thought, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
Nigga, I was running.